Welcome to StillTalking.com podcast, man. Hey, Todd, how you doing, man? We're going to get straight into this thing.
Let's do it, Rob, but today is definitely not Victory Friday.
Victory? When the last time we had a victory? 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Might as well be 3 months ago.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about specifics today. We're going to talk about high-level stuff because it looked like the team is sinking pretty quickly. Doesn't it, Todd?
Yeah. A lot of heads down, a lot of hands up in the air, facial expressions. Guys just, on the field, again, we don't have to give the specifics, but several shots last night of guys literally just standing there as the play is going on.
Right. What'd that tell you?
Well, it told me what I already knew, that in every team, in every professional sport, you're going to have your strong-willed or strong-minded mental people, and you're going to have your weak-minded people in the other group. And unfortunately, it seems like what I'm seeing is the majority of the weak-minded people tend to be the younger guys, which is not a built-in excuse, but I still can understand it a little bit better, because sometimes, Rob, I think some of these guys think that they're still in college. I don't know why, but they do.
I got a lot of high level ideas. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where is the most problem at?
Offense.
Right. Okay. When the last time we had, would you can say, strong leaders on offense?
A long time ago, I would say at a minimum, probably 6 or 7 years ago, minimum.
I'm gonna tell you the last strong leader we had. That was Hines Ward.
I didn't want to go that far back, but yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
What? Man, come on.
No, I'm just saying that. Hey, Rob, that's been a minute.
Right.
If we got to mention Hines Ward, we're talking a decade ago, man.
Yes. That's ridiculous.
That's beyond ridiculous.
I've been saying it, and I said it before, and it's coming to fruition. We haven't had leaders on the offense in a long time. Ben, AB, Le'Veon Bell, none of them were leaders. And you need your best players on either side of the ball to be leaders. I've been saying that.
Okay. I know this group of guys can be seen as invisible sometimes, but because you're bringing this up about leadership on offense, I was always under the impression, Rob, certainly since the Hines Ward group moved on, that the leadership on offense with this team has always been through the offensive line. It was either Marquise Pouncey, it was either Ramon Foster, it was the right guard that we had, David DeCastro. Yeah. I always felt like I understand.
Yeah,
it should be the quarterback. I got you, but I'm just saying. I think really since Hines Ward left, I would say the leadership on the offensive side of the ball has always fallen to the offensive line. And now because there's been such turnover on the O-line in the last 3 years, that option is gone.
Right. But on a football team, I can see that the leaders have some leaders on the offensive line. Right. But you need leaders in every meeting room.
Sure.
You need a leader in the wide receiver room. You need a leader in the running back room. You need a leader in the quarterback room. You see what I'm saying, Todd? Those leaders on the line ain't in the room with AB when they going through their wide receiver stuff. Right. Or in their position stuff. They not getting AB right. You see what I'm saying?
I totally get where you're coming from, man.
So the problems we having now, it stem from a lot of things, but one of them, and I've been saying it, I have a lot of theories, and I'm going to bring up some more. That's
right.
one of them. On the offensive side, we haven't had leaders on that side since Hines and them. That's
I
why
agree.
Ben, Le'Veon, AB could never get over the hump. Coach can only do so much. What you gonna do? You're not getting rid of AB. You're not getting rid of Le'Veon. You got to work with them and hope they, pan out.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's one of my high level things. Let's go. What changes we can make now, Todd, to help from now to the rest of the season.
Well, you and I talked about this, whether it was on the show or off the air.
Yeah.
Before Matt Canada left, we said, even though of course we didn't, I certainly didn't think it was going to happen, but I said if it does happen, and I think you said the same thing, Rob, it's not like you're going to change the entire offense after he's gone. You can't do that. You're in the middle of the season. You can't uninstall a bunch of stuff and then replace it with a bunch of other stuff. So just because Matt Canada's gone, and I know there's people out there that are laughing or shaking their head going, see, y'all thought it was all Matt Canada. No, it's not all Matt Canada. I never said it was all Matt Canada, but I thought he deserved a fair percentage of the blame. Yeah. But there's always room for the blame to go around everywhere. But just because he's not there anymore, now people are hammering Eddie Faulkner and pounding Mike Sullivan, who's calling the plays. Well, again, I feel pretty confident that those guys know what plays are working and what plays are not working. But again, you've got a menu of options to choose from. You can't just get that book out and tear half the pages out and go, this is what we're calling the rest of the season. Because then you're going to even be more predictable than you were before.
Yeah.
So, to me, Rob, other than interjecting different personnel, and again, if it means sitting a 10-year guy and bringing a guy up off the practice squad, I'm not against that at all. Yeah. Because I truly think that, there's some auditioning going on over these next 4 games to really see who they're interested in bringing back. And the hell with, their contract's up after this year. They got 2 more years on their contract. I like to think that this organization's at a point where every decision you make is not based off of money. I hope that is not the case. Because if it is, anything that you and I talk about between now and the draft means absolutely nothing.
Man, look, money and draft picks. This is a flawed way the Steelers do business sometimes. I think they hold on to players too long.
No doubt.
Or they don't really game plan really good, at least on the offensive side. Like, Najee's hurt. He wasn't 100%. I wanted to see more of Jalen yesterday.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. It's like they can't read the room. They can't read their team.
That's right there, Rob.
They don't know how to implement a game plan to put them in the best position. Then when you get in the game, Mike Sullivan is looking like Canada calling plays to me. Tell you the truth.
Well, again, because he's dealing with the same thing, Rob. He's got the same. He's got the same playbook.
I understand that, but you can control what plays you call. Like on the goal line, some kind of stretch play to
a Jaylen Warren, that would have been
not Jaylen Warren to Connor to pass. Okay, I'm like, you on the half-yard line, man.
Right.
Line up and run the rock, man.
Well, that's because they're
stuff like that.
Right, and it's because they're gun shy, Rob. because of all the times when it was 4th and 1 and 4th and 2 these last few weeks. I mean, my God, a perfect example, just fresh in everybody's mind against Arizona, 4th and 1, right there on the goal line. They line up in the shotgun, hand it to Najee. He doesn't make it. They get the ball and go 99 yards the other way and get a touchdown. That was in a nutshell, Rob, the level of confidence I think that most of the guys on offense are feeling right now.
Right. So the playbook is so limited that we can't make a few changes through the week. You've been playing football since you're 8. You've been coaching football forever. Let's line up behind under center and run a play action pass off the same routes that you've been running. That's not that hard. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that is my number one pet peeve, Rob.
I'm
like,
what
you just said.
You can do some tweaks that'll work.
I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with you on this topic at all, because you're right. Nothing has changed since Matt Canada left, other than they can hold their hand up and go, "Hey, we got a 400-yard game." I mean, big whoopee deal. You know, you scored 16 freaking points. That's not a victory, at least not in my book. Maybe it is to somebody else, but that's nothing to get excited about. That's another thing. There's no energy, Rob. There's no positivity. I was telling the guy I was watching this game with last night, literally watching the Steelers play offense, Rob, is like watching a wild animal that's stuck in the mud and is trying to get out and get on to wherever he's trying to get to. And you see him, he's lifting his legs up, moving around, thrashing back and forth, and he can't get out. Yeah. That is what it's like to watch the Steelers play offense.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Coaching changes. Should we go in the off? Let's not go in the off season right now. Okay. I guess we can. Yeah, we
Whatever
can.
You want to roll with, man.
Let's say from here to the end of the season, I don't see any coaching changes happening.
No, I would be stunned. Of course, I'm already stunned that they actually fired Matt Canada. So they've already done something I didn't even think was in their wheelhouse. But right. I cannot imagine. Now, I can imagine, Rob, reassigning some responsibility to a different coach maybe. But, I mean, to let a coach go between now and the end of the year, no. But I could see them maybe reorganizing, certain aspects of whether it was play calling or whatever. I could see them maybe moving some of that stuff around.
Can you see any changes in the offense? I just said one. You need to play Jalen more.
Yes.
Well, you need to game plan for the specific defense you're going against. Don't be scared to make Najee mad.
Right. Anybody,
fuck his feelings.
Yeah.
Fuck his feelings, man. I mean,
exactly.
You're a professional. Come to work.
Yeah. This is not college.
No. And if you got a problem with it, then we'll deal with an off season.
Right.
Man, come to work. I think we get afraid of making players mad.
In this day and age, I would agree with you, Rob, because, it's okay. Now more than ever, maybe not so much as in football as in other sports, but players are starting to get a little bit more of an upper hand in how they're handled, for lack of a better word. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, especially here in the NFL and in football, literally players had absolutely no pull at all. Whatever was told to them by the coach was the gospel. And if they wanted to have a job, they did what the coach asked them to do.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you got all this hemming and hawing going on.
Yeah. So what you think on offense we can change? I said Jalen more of the snaps. I want to see
you got
George Pickens. Yeah, exactly. I want to see George Pickens get at least 10 attempts.
Exactly. Okay, he should get 10 targets every single game.
I want Firemoot to get at least 8.
Yeah.
I want Deontay to get about 8. I mean, and get these guys involved early. They've been trying, but quarterback play is kind of iffy with Mitch, man.
Very iffy, Rob. This whole season again to me, we were all allowed to have our own opinion, feelings, whatever.
Yeah.
But I have felt for an extended period of time, really since a couple games into this season, I don't see major differences between the three quarterbacks we've got. I really don't. I just, the old adage is if you got more than one of something, that means you got none.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the Steeler quarterback situation at the moment. What I see is three average quarterbacks. One's more mobile than the other. One's got a better arm than the other. One processes the game better than the other two. But when it all boils down, I cannot sit there and, this guy's one, this guy's two, and this guy's three. It's a bunch of 1As and Bs and Cs. And you're right. Until that particular position is resolved to everybody's satisfaction, I don't think, we're going to see any major upward trends on offense.
No.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. It's just a plethora of things that we can't you can't fix that many things in season.
Understood. No, I'm referring to the off season. Last night again, people screaming, holding the signs up saying, we want Mason or we want Rudolph because it's Christmas. Okay. Again,
it ain't gonna make no difference.
You're right. He is not going to make a difference.
No, it's not gonna make a difference.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But I can see why those people. I mean, here's a guy that's basically, Rob, just been shoved to the sideline. It's literally like he doesn't even exist. I mean, they went out and signed Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Again, thinking that they're going to upgrade significantly what is in the room. Obviously, that was founded not to be the case.
Right.
Now we go and get Trace McSorley and put him on the practice squad. I mean, can you imagine if for some ridiculous reason between now and the end of the season, did they actually bring up Trace McSorley and put him ahead of Mason Rudolph? That would be like the ultimate slap in the face. And look, I get that nobody wanted Mason Rudolph. I get all that. But also I don't think anybody really wanted Mitch Trubisky either. And again, that to me is like the main problem. We're not reading, or we are not understanding what the talent level is on some of these guys. And I would say it's more, even though the drafting I've got big question marks about over the last few years, but for sure when it comes to free agency, we have missed a lot more than we've hit on free agent signings.
Let me ask you something, Todd.
Go ahead.
Say if we was able to get Tom Brady.
Okay.
Insert him in our lineup right now. Do you think it would be markedly better?
Well, we're gonna have to define markedly. So if you're gonna just base it like, let's just say wins, you're saying do I think we're gonna see a lot more wins? No, the answer would be no, especially now Tom Brady. Now, if you told me I could have 40-year-old Tom Brady, I might give you a different opinion. But certainly, if Tom Brady walked in off the street and said, I want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, no, I don't think there would be markedly different. I do think if he was there long enough, you might see some culture changes.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, you're not going to see. I don't think you'd see a lot of extra W's in the win column.
Yeah, I need to go back. I'm going to watch this weekend, all 22 of this last game, because I know Mitch looked like he's throwing in double and triple coverage. Somebody open.
Yes.
And my thing is if we could bring in a quarterback that could hit the open receiver or throw it to him, you don't have to catch it. just throw it that way. That means you're making the right decision, right?
Yeah.
Can we get better like that? You see what I'm saying? Or
Rob,
is it? I'm thinking it's just more than a quarterback. I'm thinking even if we brought in somebody that's supposed to be really good, we probably still look the same until we get all these other kinks worked out. You see what I'm saying? I think most quarterbacks are destroyed than made. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, no
and
doubt.
I think we're becoming. I think we become an organization that destroys quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Look at all these backup quarterbacks we playing that's playing better than all our quarterbacks combined.
Yep.
Look around the league. I mean, smoking Joe Flacco last week, balling. Come on, man. And we can't do nothing. We got Mitch throwing off his back foot every play. In the double and triple cover, floating them out there. What you think gonna happen? That's a pick waiting to happen.
Yeah, he could have easily had 4 interceptions in that game last night. Easily. Yeah. No, you're right, Rob. It's a hell of a lot more than just the quarterback.
Yeah. So my changes on offense that we can make now is more Jalen and get your receivers involved early. George Pickens at least 10 attempts. Pat and Deontay at least 8 each. And I don't know how it seemed like you would run plays. They used to run plays to get AB open. We don't have no plays like that to get one specific guy open and let him run with the ball. We don't have nothing like that. We talk about Todd Haley.
When they try it, Rod, they get a penalty.
We talk about Todd Haley, but Todd Haley knew how to get the ball into the playmaker's hands.
Yes.
Man, yeah. All right.
The statistics play that out too.
Yeah. Defense, I ain't too mad at the defense. We just got a lot of people out, man.
I mean, it certainly
they got me and you playing They got me and you playing linebacker, Todd. So, we can't cover them big old tight ends with me and you out there.
No, Michael Walker. Again, no offense, but it's just a fact. There's a reason why we were able to pluck him off of Atlanta's roster. I think I want to say it was their practice squad. But
practice squad,
I think was it practice squad? Okay.
Yeah, it was practice squad.
But anyway, it's a reason why that dude was where he was at. He's definitely gotten exposed as he's again had to come in and again. I know the dude's trying. I'm not suggesting anything otherwise.
Right.
But yeah, as soon as Cole and Quan were gone, I knew we were in a world of hurt. And then obviously Landon Roberts goes and gets hurt.
Right.
You just cannot expect your 4th or 5th option at any position to be able to toe the line like a starter. That's just it's not reasonable. So again, yes, we're being exposed in that area. Blake Martinez finally got some game time.
Yeah, I saw him out there.
And you know it's bad when, again, because it's to me it's obvious he's not ready yet, or the coaches don't think he's obvious that when a guy like Mark Robinson,
your boy,
when he's getting at least 20, 30 snaps in a game. I mean, he was a project. At least with that, Rob, they were willing to admit it. He was a 7th round pick who was a project. I'd rather have a 7th rounder that's a project than a 4th or a 5th rounder that is a project. Like Isaiah Loudermilk. But anyway, I digress. Man. This team coming into the season, I can't think of too many positions where this team could really afford any injuries at all. Our depth is, to me, is still below the line in a lot of positions. Not all of them, but to me, in several key ones, there's not much there, man.
Well, the thing is, we had a plethora of linebackers, and then 3 of them got hurt.
Yes, I understand. That's a big,
that's crazy. That's The injury bug hitting that one
guys
position.
were performing. Those guys were performing.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Chunky P, your boy Chunky P.
Bye, Chunky P. Was nice knowing you. Get him up out of here.
Hey,
I will take
Chunky
some
P
guy
had
out
me
of college.
fussing at the TV last night. Man, he too inconsistent.
Oh, he's definitely too inconsistent. When you need him to do something, he fails. And when you don't need him to do something, then he does it.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Man, we're going to get on to some off-season. Before we get to the off-season changes, this is what I want to say.
Okay.
They need to make a clip of Ezekiel Elliott running the ball yesterday.
Yeah.
And give it to Najee. Jalen already run like that. But they need to give it to Najee. You see how much hidden yardage that he got by falling forward.
Especially in the second half. Yeah.
And I'm going to give Belichick his flowers right now. Because all of his running backs do that.
Yeah.
All of them. They could be no-name guys, but they're going to get, at the end of the run, they're going to get that extra 1-2 yards. They're going to get that. They're going to fall forward, get that extra 1-2 yards.
Yeah.
You don't know how much that helped your quarterback out. Instead of 3rd and 7, it's 3rd and 4. Because 2 runs you didn't stretch the ball a couple of extra yards for that.
That would help most quarterbacks, Rob, but apparently it doesn't help our quarterbacks.
Yeah, we don't have quarterbacks.
No, we don't. You're right. There you go. That's the one thing we can come away from this show agreeing on. We have no quarterbacks.
We do not have quarterbacks. I don't know what to call them. They're not even game managers.
No, because for some reason Mitch thinks he's all pro.
No, he don't think that.
I think he does because the way he slings the ball all over the place. If you would think that he was Aaron Rodgers or something.
Mitch just looked like he just YOLO, just close his eyes and throw it over there. Hope they get you.
That's exactly what it looks like, man.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. All right, off-season changes, man. Corporate changes. Art Rooney II, man. What he gonna do? I've heard something on the radio where they was saying he might need to relinquish some of his power to his son to change up stuff around. I've been saying this, Todd, for about 2 years. We need a new Steeler way. The old way and the old guard is not working. It ain't gonna work. These kids are young. It's a different time. You can't coach them like we used to. You can't play football like we used to. We got to find a new Steeler way to play. We need to find a new Steeler way to run our organization. We need to find a new Steeler way and type of coaches we get and how we feel about them. And everything needs to be looked at and revamped. We need to do a self-analysis of the whole organization. And it start at the top. Art, what you gonna do? You gonna start it, or you gonna kind of let some young people get in there and with some fresh ideas and figure out what this thing is, man?
Well, Rob, again, I'm only going by what I know or what I've seen. And what you said is, I agree with you 98%. But as we've seen, again, at the time that you and I have been fans, it's basically one Rooney until literally they can't do it anymore. And I mean, like physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And then it gets passed down. To me, the transition, it like, I know it's just not exactly how it goes, but to me as an outsider, it just seems like, somebody gets online or has somebody do a press conference and go, okay, so-and-so Rooney is the new president of the team. And then, that's it. That's your transition. And it just goes on from there. I mean, obviously while Dan Rooney was running the team, They were extremely successful. I get it. And then, since Art's been there, I mean, there's been some success.
Yeah.
But, as you said before, and I think we all will be readily admitting it, anybody that has a voice nowadays, we're spoiled, man. Steeler fans are spoiled.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on, we just refuse to accept losing, and we refuse to accept mediocrity in the form of, oh, we've gone 16 years in a row without a losing record. Oh, big whoop-de-doo, man.
Right.
9-8, 8-9, 8-8. It's all the same damn thing.
Yeah.
It means we are average. At best, we're average. They're not even that, but some years they're at least average. We are not average.
If you was the owner of an organization, wouldn't you want your fans to be spoiled?
Yes, to an extent.
Huh?
Because, look, I mean, it's like anything else, Rob. If you took the entire fan base, you're going to have, and I'm going to use terms that are going to offend people. You have your radical left, you have your radical right, and then you got your moderates. Right. I like to think that I'm a moderate.
No, you are not.
No, yes, I am.
No, you're a radical left, and I am a radical right. At least I can say I am. Now, you gotta come to the conclusion that you're
talking about football, Rob.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about football. I'm just using that term.
Yeah.
I don't come on every week and go, let's fire everybody.
Right.
That's that radical 10 to 20% that they can't express how frustrated they are without just saying, fire so-and-so, fire so-and-so, fire so-and-so, cut so-and-so. Those are all things maybe for down the road, but doing that right now is not going to get you anywhere.
So you're a moderate leaning left.
Yes, when it comes
and I'm
to
a
football.
Moderate leaning right.
Yeah, there you go. That's a little bit more right.
Yeah. But anyway,
no, man, no organization is going to please all their fans. That'll never happen.
No. And it's gonna get worse before it get better, Steelers fans, because we got a lot of changes coming. Yep. Ain't a song go like that? Change is coming. You can make it, baby. Just remember, Steelers fans, in off season, change is coming. All right, coaching changes.
Yeah. Okay.
In the off season, Todd, what do you see? Uh-oh. What's that?
Do you have some breaking news somewhere?
No. I'm just saying, do you think it's a lot of build up about Coach T?
Oh, no doubt. And
you
some of that's coming from my side.
Yeah. So, and the way they said it, I kind of agree a little bit. But Coach T has one year left, right?
Yep.
Kenny got 1 year left. So, just from my vantage point, I don't think they're gonna get rid of Coach T unless he want to leave. They're not gonna sign him in the offseason. They're gonna make him work for it.
No doubt.
And they're gonna force him. This is my prediction. They're gonna force him to take an offensive coordinator that he might not normally take. I think they're gonna leave that decision to Khan. At least I would.
I definitely would. I do not want Mike Tomlin involved in picking an offensive coordinator in any, because he's proven he's not capable of making that decision.
No. And then I want whoever that offensive coordinator want to bring in, fire all them jokers, Faulkner, Sullivan. I don't care who it is. If he want to bring his whole staff.
Yes. Yeah. All those guys have got to go.
Yeah. Bring your whole staff, man. Yep. You see what I'm saying? I don't want coach trying to brother-in-law some coaches.
No.
See what I'm saying?
No.
That's just me.
And to go take it a step further, Rob, let's just say there's wholesale changes. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's say it's the same thing with the defensive staff too. They let them go too. I do not want people coming in with a Steelers connection. I don't want them having played for the Steelers. I don't want them having been drafted by the Steelers. I don't want to have them from some local high school in the Pittsburgh area. I don't want them having played at Pitt or Penn State or any of that bullshit. Because you know damn well that you want to talk about how the organization operates. That's how the Steelers operate. It's always that quote 6 degrees of separation. You know, he knew somebody who dated this guy's sister who was on the same offensive roster of this college team, and that's why they got hired. So that day, whether Mike Tomlin is or is not the head coach, I pray that those days are long behind us, because as they've shown, that does not always bear sweet fruit.
I want them to do just like when they hired Coach T.
Yeah.
Get a splash, get a young guy, innovative, because he need help on offense. Coach T is not an offensive guy.
Hell no.
So this is the only way I could see him recouping his career, man, because it's going down bad, and the way people are phrasing it, I was agreeing that his message might be getting a little tired, a little worn out. And the players are not responding anymore.
No.
Like they used to, especially late in the season.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Hey, Rob, I think everybody who's tied to the Steelers, whether it's fans, people that actually work for the Steelers, people who are married to people that work for the Steelers, everybody has been plenty patient with Mike Tomlin. He's got a 17-year track record. It's not like he just started 3 years ago. Why the hell are we treating him or Bill Cowher before, or anybody, even on another organization, Bill Belichick? Why are we treating any of these guys with kid gloves? They can be told, hey, man, you're not getting it done anymore. We're making the change. It's that simple. Now, and you're right. Does that mean, are we going to make the right decision down the road and look back and go, man, I wish we'd have gotten rid of Mike Tomlin sooner? No, it may come out just the opposite. The guy that we hire may not make it 3 years. Now, I mean, I doubt that's going to happen because, he's going to have the full support of the organization. But, he may not even accomplish what Mike Tomlin's accomplished. But the bottom line is, in this what have you done for me lately world of professional sports, Mike Tomlin hasn't done a damn thing. And that alone, that one aspect alone, should be a reason to consider moving on. Now, I'm with you, Rob. I know he's not going after this year. And honestly, I don't even think he's going after next year. But I would definitely hold his feet to the fire, like you said. I just tell him, say, hey, Mike, just letting you know, bro, you're going to have to ride out this. That doesn't happen. If you're a coach and your organization wants to keep you, even if they just tack a year onto it, that's what normally happens. It's very rare that you let a head coach go into the last year of a contract without, some kind of a parachute. So if that actually happened, that may be the most damning thing that I've seen the Steelers do in relation directly to Mike Tomlin.
Well, we're going to see. You know how coach always say, on a bye week, we self-scout ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So in the offseason, coach needs to get with somebody or get with himself, self-evaluate himself, right? See what he needs to change and make those changes. He might need to go out and see what other organizations are doing, what type of offense coordinators they got. It's homework time in offseason for him because we got to get this thing back on track. And like I said, it's going to have to be a new way, not the old Tomlin way. When Tomlin came in the league, it was a whole different NFL. He trying to use the same tactics. I mean, we have a game like this, we can't go 2 or 3 days and pass no more. like
No.
we used to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what we used to do. You can't do that no more. So it's a different way we got to start doing things and look at things. So I want to see him self-evaluate, self-scout himself, and I want to see what comes out when we get closer to the season next season, comes out of that of how he's doing something different for himself. You see what I'm saying?
Well, he can self-evaluate himself all he wants, Rob, but for damn sure, Omar Khan, Andy Weddle, Art Rooney, those three guys need to get together, come up with some kind of a protocol or guideline.
Yeah.
And they need to brainstorm everything about Mike Tomlin, all his positives, all his negatives, things that he might be neutral on, whatever it is. From, like you just said, from the moment he walks into the office in the morning till he walks out of the office at 10 o'clock at night, whatever it is.
Yeah.
What is he doing? And get feedback, whether it's secretly or however they go about doing this.
Yeah.
Get feedback from the people that he works with on a daily basis.
You think he could have an advisor, like if we bring in, say, Tony Dungy, just kind of look over stuff. What you think, Tony? You see what I'm saying? You know how some teams have advisors. You right?
Now think about what you just said, Rob. You said Tony Dungy, an ex-Steeler. We need somebody to come in who does not have direct ties to the Steelers. You're just begging for trouble when you go with somebody that already has feelings for the organization. It'd be like going out and hiring an accounting firm to look over all your books. And one of the partners for that firm went to college with the president of that company. You just can't have that.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you just can't have that.
But I mean, like the idea of that. What about the idea of that?
I like the idea of an advisor. Yes, I have no problem with that. It's just, who is it?
Yeah. That kind of piqued my interest. I just something I've been thinking about. Now, okay. I don't see anything happening with the GMs. I like what they're doing. Good draft. I'm interested to see how much power they get in the offseason. That's what I'm interested to see. And really, all three of these people need to get in the room and figure out that new Steeler way. Art Rooney II, Coach T, and Andy Khan and Andy Weddle and Omar Khan. They need to have a think tank with them and some outside people other than Steeler people to get this thing back on track. That's what I see, Todd.
Yeah, and again, Rob, because an organization like the Steelers, and it's not just the Steelers, but we're fans of the Steelers, so that's really all we care about. But an organization like the Steelers, we know there's a lot of work that needs to be done. This is not going to happen overnight, but you got to start somewhere.
Well, if you come together with a plan, at least you can have a plan set in place. What we're gonna do? This is how we're gonna run our organization now. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you got to start doing the items to make that happen. That's gonna take a while, but at least you have the plan in place, and then you start hitting your bullet items to get that taken care of. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and even prioritize on your list, what are the things that you'd like to get done first or change?
Yes. Yeah. So feel positive, Todd, about that. That change is coming, right? That's the positive side.
Well, I tell you what, the positive side is, I feel confident in saying this, that if the change is not coming within the next couple of years, then it ain't never going to happen. It's going to be a Jerry Jones situation where until Art Rooney dies, and nothing is going to change. So all I'm saying is I hope that, not obviously just us, we're not the only ones that just came up with these ideas, but hopefully Mr. Rooney during the season has been mulling some of these things over to himself and saying, we really do have to start, looking at things differently, in order to create different results, you got to create different habits.
Right. And I wish you mentioned Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
I wish Art was a little bit like him, because Jerry Jones wouldn't have let Flores walk out the door. He'd have money whooped him, even just to keep him as an advisor to the defense.
Yeah.
It's just certain things we do. We get in love with some coaches and we scared to move on. Sometimes we got a better guy in the office, man. And either you can step down or you can step out.
Yep.
Ain't nothing against you. I love you.
Yeah.
But that's the way life is.
Yep.
So, all right, man, did you get it off your chest? I feel better now.
I feel a little bit better, but I still got some vim and vinegar left.
I was trying to let you get it out.
Well, let's move on to another topic, and I'll be ready to go.
All right, we almost finished, man. You got to bring up the topic.
There's no way we hit all those bullet points.
Well, we kind of floated around them. All of them we floated around.
Okay. Well, I tell you what.
And we finna get to something you might can argue about. Where we go from here? We 7-6, right?
Yes.
4 games left, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That 4 games? Yeah, 4 games left. Still with the same problems. So where we go for here? What you want to see? Do you want to see us lose out to get a better draft pick? Do you want us to try to make the playoffs and try to do something?
Obviously, I want us to, quote, try to make the playoffs, Rob. Even though I know what the results will be in the end. Hey, here's what I want to see, Rob. I just want to see some heart all the way across the board, both sides of the ball. And I want to see a professional level of execution. If that leads to more wins, so be it. If it still leads us losing every game from here on out, so be it. We're past that point where, I didn't come up with this term, tanking for so-and-so.
Yeah.
We're past that point. We can lose the next 4 games and go 7-10 and still have a crappy draft pick like we normally do. So it's too late to tank. You definitely got to try.
Okay.
You are, a lot of these guys are, like I said earlier, they're auditioning for a spot with this organization next year. And for those that have already given up on being on the team beyond this year, which I'm sure there are some, they need to at least think about, well, then where are they going to end up next? Like you say, you put some crap on film, everybody's going to see it.
Yeah. Well, we got so much dysfunction right now, especially on the offensive side. I think the guys are distraught and really checked out almost.
Yes, I would agree on the checked out part.
Yeah, they checked out, man, which is not good for Coach.
No.
I don't know how you're going to rein that back in. I mean, for us to make the playoffs, that's, to me, and I'm the most positive guy, right? That almost seemed unfathomable to me right now.
Here's what I would say, Robin, again. This is only my opinion. To me, for the Steelers to have a legitimate chance of making the playoffs, they got to win at a minimum 3 of the next 4 games.
And I don't see that.
And I don't see
I'm a positive guy. Man.
Yeah. No, I don't either.
I don't see that.
This team is going in the opposite direction of a team that we're playing a week from Sunday, which I never thought in my entire life I would say the Indianapolis Colts, as we speak, may be actually in a better organizational position than we are.
with Big Jim Irsay over there?
Yeah. And they really don't have a
Yeah.
starting quarterback because Anthony Richardson wasn't able to get enough film action on tape because he got hurt too much. Can you
But
imagine if
they
that
got a
doesn't work out on their part? If
yeah.
he doesn't work out because of injuries, and you're left with Gardner Minshew holding the bag. Not that he's horrible, but certainly people are probably going to be feeling a little bit less optimistic than they might have been with an Anthony Richardson just because of the whole upside thing. But man, I'm telling you, I think the Steelers, honestly, Rob, when it comes specifically to the not from a full organizational perspective, but from
Right.
the quarterback position, I think the Steelers are in about the same phase as about 10 to 12 other teams in the NFL right now.
And what phase is that?
We are looking for an elite level quarterback, and we hadn't found it yet.
So, in the offseason, do we add to the quarterback room?
What I'm going to say, Rob, when it says I see two options in the quarterback room.
Yeah.
One is either the theory of either go big or go home, which again, we know the way the Steelers. Rob? Can you imagine that the Pittsburgh Steelers, whatever they end up at,
Right.
try to pull a Carolina Panther on draft day or a couple days before the draft and trade up to the number 1 overall pick to get their guy?
Yeah.
There would be such a mix of feelings about that, I think, within the room. I don't think you could even possibly even build a consensus enough to make that decision.
I can tell you what, Ty, we're going to have to do something different.
Yeah, I'm with you about the doing something different.
If we did that,
sell me on that.
Sometime we might can mix some of the old way with the new way. We might have to jump up and get a quarterback that we really like. I mean, to me, I'm in the slot that says, man, if you don't got a franchise guy, you always look for guys. And I don't care about nobody's feelings in the room.
Right.
Look at San Francisco. They didn't care about Trey Lance's feelings.
No, they did not.
They still drafted Brock Purdy. That's probably the best thing they did.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Look at Washington back in the day. They drafted RG3 and Kirk Cousins in the same draft.
Yeah.
And who ended up coming out better? Kirk Cousins.
The lower selected guy.
So to me, if you don't got a franchise guy, you ABL, always looking. Right? Always be looking. So
well, at least he got that right.
Yeah, we're gonna always be looking until you get one. And this 1990s Steeler idea of you gonna go into the playoffs with Neil O'Donnell and win a Super Bowl, that don't work in a new way. It don't work in a new. You got to have a franchise guy, especially in the AFC. We got C.J. Stroud gonna be dealing with him next year now, including with all other quarterbacks we didn't spoke on before. So we better get us a franchise. If it's not Kenny, we need to draft one next year just to put some competition in the room. Get Big Mitch. Big Mitch is stealing money.
That's an understatement. I mean, yeah,
stealing money, and they paid him again this past offseason
to extend him. Yeah,
man. Yeah, his exit interview would be like, "Man, go on, pack your bags, dog. We ain't bringing you back. Yeah, we ain't bringing you back.
Nope."
You get me on the hot seat, not talk. God, dog, you get me on the soapbox, man.
Oh, that's not the hot seat, man. The hot seat is if when Mr. Rooney calls you on the bat phone and says, "Rob, I need you to come up to the big city. We gotta work some things out."
Man, I can give him some good ideas. Yeah, if you need an advisor, Just let me get in there. I'll give you some good ideas, man. Good ideas. All right, Ty, let's move on and get these people out of here, man. Our divisional games, I guess it don't matter, man. We ain't gonna do nothing. Rams at the Ravens. Rams
Could
gonna
be a
get their
good
butts.
game.
No, they ain't.
Yeah.
Well, the Rams been playing pretty good lately.
They have.
But I don't see them traveling across the country and going in that Ravens nest and dealing with them, man.
Probably not. But I hope it's a close game. I didn't see the details, but apparently there's a little something going on with Lamar. I don't know what, but it just said that Lamar is expected to play against the Rams on Sunday. Like I said, it came across the bottom of the screen real quick. I didn't get a chance to see what it was, but apparently he must have had a little something going on, but he's good to go for Sunday. So,
all right, our next opponent, the Colts, they're going to the Nasty Natty. Try to put the Bengals on the Escalooza, but they backup quarterback is actually okay.
He's. I mean, again, Rob. Here, I'll go ahead and just say it. I honestly think that Jake Browning's a better quarterback than Kenny Pickett.
Well, that means he better than all our quarterbacks combined, man.
That is correct.
Pretty much. Yeah. Give me the Bengals in that.
Okay.
And Jags going to the mistake by the lake Browns and smoking Joe Flacco, baby.
There's actually a question mark, Rob, about who the starter is going to be for the Browns on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm throwing Flacco back. The way he looked last week, I'm putting it back out there.
I mean, if Dorian Robinson-Thompson, if he can prove to me that he's 100% healthy from that concussion, I might consider going with him, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to default it to Flacco for the simple reason the dude's got more experience.
Yeah. It depends on if Sunshine play. I don't know if Sunshine gonna play. If he do, he gonna be gimpy, really gimpy. So give me the Browns in that, man.
I would tend to lean towards the Browns too, Rob. We'll hope that the Sunshine can come back and play on one leg like Byron Leftwich used to.
Yeah.
And get a win against Cleveland. That'd be nice.
All right, Todd. It ain't all doom and gloom, man.
It is. It is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Have you ever heard of Maze? Frankie Beverly and Maze? It's a group.
I have not. I apologize.
They got a song called Joy and Pain. It's like sunshine and rain.
Okay.
Now, the key was that you got to have both. We got to have these bad times to come out the end and be shining, Todd. You got to have pain. You got to have struggle so you can grow. I know you want to relax and chill and everything get better. It don't work like that. Take a little grind and a little pain to make you grow. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was married, Todd, the first year is hell. And just keep going home, it gets better.
I'll have to remember that in the future.
Yeah, just keep going home, it get better. All right, Ty, man.
So let me get this. So really, Rob, the constructive things we need to take away from this show are two things. One, you dabble as an advisor in your spare time.
Yeah,
whether it's pro football.
Yeah.
Or
marriage advice.
Some other pursuits. And then, yes, you're also a marriage counselor or advisor in your spare time. Thank goodness you don't have a lot of spare time.
Right. Plus, they probably wouldn't take my advice anyway. I'm kind of like Steve Harvey, man. I've been married too many times. But that might make you go through more experience that way. So, Like I said, joy and pain, like sunshine and rain.
Right. They may have to try that. Like you said, they got to shake things up. So maybe that could be inserted into their new philosophy.
Well, this is a part of the change, Todd. Change is coming. You can make it. Change is coming. It's a church song.
No wonder I don't know that.
It's amazing. I know that.
Exactly. I was just about to say. I think between the two of us, we haven't probably stepped into church in a while.
Woo. Not since a funeral, I guess. Oh, man. All right, Todd. We going crazy now. All right, let's get them out of here. Here we go, Steelers.
Here we go.
Hoot.
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 Hoot.